Hi, Mr. Williams. We were wondering if we could interview you for our Road Trip Nation project for photography. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, does Thursday work? Okay, Thursday at 3. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi, I'm Leah Marr. I'm a junior at La Cañada High School, and I'm interested in I don't know what yet, so I think I'm gonna figure that out in college. But currently, we had an appointment at 3 to interview a psychology teacher at our high school, Mr. Williams. So we're waiting outside of this room.
I'm Hannah Zimmerman, and I'm a junior at La Cañada High School, and I don't know what I want to do yet.
My name is Trevor Kerr. I'm a senior at La Cañada High School, and I'm interested in political science and law. Hi, Mr. Williams. We're here for Road Trip Nation.
Hi.
I'm Trevor.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Leah.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hi.
Mr. Williams, we're here for something called Road Trip Nation. What that is it's a essentially it's a organization that asks students to find out what their goals in life are, how to reach them, and how to overcome the difficulties in reaching them. So, the first thing that I'd like to ask you today is, how did you identify the noise in your life, and what did you do to overcome it?
The noise in my life identified itself in the sense that it was stress. Stress either caused from a parent's divorce, stress from being competitive at the high school, and it found me in the form of wrestling. As a wrestler, each practice became a struggle to get through, to break through that noise. And how did I get through it? I think I just broke. And when I broke, I had two choices. I could stay broken or I could rebuild.
You were our age. What was your highest goal or biggest passion?
My highest goal and biggest passion was to just make each day at school a worthwhile adventure. I didn't want to have a single day wasted. We sit here and we say how La Cañada is boring every day, but I had great friends, I had great people around me, and I didn't want to. You never know how long it's going to last, and I didn't want to miss a single moment of it.
Was there any specific moment in your life or like a time period where you really found what you were going to be doing for the rest of your life?
Sounds silly, but my highest goal and biggest passion was to just make each day at school a worthwhile adventure. I didn't want to have a single day wasted. We sit here and we say how La Cañada is boring every day, but I had great friends, I had great people around me, and I didn't want to. You never know how long it's going to last, and I didn't want to miss a single moment of it. So my passion, though, on campus, I fell in love with ceramics. And so I'd be in advanced ceramics in the morning, and then the ceramics teacher would sign me out of sixth, which was English, which was not my highest passion. And I would go throw. And I decided to, my grades didn't drop or anything in my classes, but if I wasn't going to be doing anything in that class, I'd go find something I could be doing. It wasn't mean like leaving and stuff like that, but I mean like I just wanted to make each experience with somebody a powerful one. And I'd figure through that, I'd find something to smile about. And I did.
Was there any specific moment in your life or like a time period where you really found like what you were going to be doing for the rest of your life?
For teaching, yeah. This is going to sound like a lie, but it's not. I was teaching swim lessons, and two things stood out with swim lessons. I enjoyed 8-hour a day, 16 lessons a day, kids screaming all day. Enjoy, not in terror, because I was a great swim teacher. But for everybody else who said it was not like a fun job, I enjoyed it, loved it. And then I was lucky enough to have a student that helped me learn a lot about myself. He was 9 years old. He had a physical disability. He was missing one arm, and then his other arm was he didn't have a forearm in our hand. And he had been taking swim lessons for 5 years and still couldn't swim. And everybody said, just play with the kid. He's just happy to be in the pool. And I didn't think that was right, so I went home and I tied my hands behind my back and I jumped in the pool and spent 2.5 to 3 hours trying to learn how to swim without arms. And in 2 weeks, he was able to swim down and back on his own, meaning he was now pool safe. And I don't know if I've had probably a prouder moment. I mean, it wasn't me that accomplished it. He accomplished it through the hard work. But to be allowed to be part of that journey with that kid was one I knew. I declared through junior year. I just took any class that was interesting, and I figured my major would come to me, and it did. And there's a lot of luck involved. I got into a special program senior year that allowed me to do all my education classes. But you know, that wasn't that there was no goal, but I wasn't going to set my sights and ignore opportunities.
After you started feeling successful in your endeavors, I know that you majored in political science. What made you, or what moment in your life was the turning point where you said, I don't want to do political science, I want to instead do teaching?
The multiple minors and majors that I got was just something that I felt would help add to my ability to educate.
Okay.
I got, my major actually ended up being in secondary education and social science, so I could teach a broad range of history. But the minors I had and the other courses that I took all just were going to help me teach.
Okay. So the teaching was the focus from the start?
No, learning was the focus.
Learning.
And exploring. And then that was what led me there.
And you would say that that's what's most important for a kid in college?
Yeah.
Being open to learning.
I think that's what teaching is too. I mean, I know a set of information that I try to impart to you guys, but each day I need to learn something about my students or learn how they learn in order to be effective. And through that, it works. There's no set way that 5 years ago worked. Now I got to assume if I just put out the same worksheet I did 5 years ago, that will work. So to me, it's still the same focus. It's about learning. It's about learning about myself, about learning about life and how to enjoy it. Don't know how long you got.
That's a very good point. Well, thank you very much for your time, Mr. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go, is there any parting advice that you have for us and any other kids who might end up watching this video?
Don't buy into the hype. The hype is what others say to make themselves feel better about maybe decisions that they are unhappy about this is the best school or that is the best school. The experience is right if you make it right, and it's wrong if you make it wrong. So any school could be the right school for you, and any school could be the wrong school for you, depending upon how you look at it. Same with people, your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your whole life. It's about making that choice, about whether or not it's the right thing for you or the wrong thing. And people will tell you what's right and wrong, but the only person who can answer that question is you. So I'd just say don't buy into the hype.
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams.
Thank you so much.
Inspired by what he said, and I feel like what he said is really going to help me with what I choose to do in the future.
Yeah, I also agree. It was really inspiring and also interesting to see like his story compared to like what we're doing now with our lives. To see how he started and where he's at now. So I felt very intrigued and inspired by that.
I think that his story about the disabled boy and how he had that moment of clarity where he decided that was really something he wanted to do. He wanted to not be the guy who took all the glory, but instead be the person who helped somebody else reach their pinnacle. I think that that's something that's really important. That's, at least for me, it's reaffirmed my belief that what I want to do is go into politics. I want to make a difference for somebody. I want to help somebody out. I want to be able to serve that same role, but in a different capacity. But it's inspirational nonetheless. It's powerful what somebody can do if they put their mind to it. And I think that what Mr. Williams said with keeping yourself open is really important. I think that keeping yourself open to all the opportunities that life presents to you instead of having your mind closed off to one singular goal is important. I have my goal, but that can change. And it needs to be recognized that your goals can change to fit your personality and what you really want to do with your life.
I agree with everything you say. I think that it was just nice to hear like how he didn't really know what he was doing, but he still got to a place where he kind of found his passion, which was teaching. And I thought it was very interesting to see that there was like one point in his life where he just kind of knew. So I hope that I can get the same thing.